Kroger. I'm Emily.
Jacob.
Jacob, very nice to meet you. Please come on in.
Thanks. Emily, Chris Brianna, nice to meet you.
Hi, please come on in.
It's just a nice change from the weather. It's nice not to be walking around in 30-degree weather now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely easy to go in with a suit. Not sweating bullets anymore.
Right, right.
So how's your day doing so far?
It's been a busy day. It's been a lot of meetings, but it's all right.
No, definitely. With that being said, we appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us first off. I know both of us do greatly appreciate it. So with your permission, we'd love to get started.
All right.
All right, so what we hope to accomplish here today is we really just want to get a better feel for your business, your environment, do the same for you about us, and then hopefully move towards the close with a follow-up appointment afterwards.
Okay.
And just to start it off, we just wanted to know if there's anybody else that needed to be included in the meeting today.
In today's meeting, no.
Okay, awesome. Cool. And then this is the next question too. What's your kind of sales volume for dog food per month?
I don't really know the dog food. I do know that last year, our pet category, we have a pet aisle.
Right.
And that aisle was responsible for about 7% of our revenue.
7% of revenue just in your whole store together?
Yeah.
Okay. How many aisles do you have then if that's 7% of?
So we have one aisle that's dedicated towards pets, and it's both sides of the aisle. 50% of that I would say is probably dog food and other dog supplies. 40% is cat food, cat supplies, and then 10% would be other types of pets. So like your fish food, your bird food.
Right.
Occasionally we have gerbil food, things like that.
Do you find that your average customer, when they come in, are they usually going into those aisles, or are they usually just browsing right past them?
I mean, so 7% of our overall revenue, no, they don't, right? One of the issues we have is we have a PetSmart in the shopping center. I'm sure you noticed when you came in.
Right.
So there's that, and then there's a Walmart down the street, so, we've got kind of a lot of competition. Yeah.
Right. So do you find that maybe with all that competition that what you have in your aisle specifically gives you like a little bit of a challenge with what you're dealing with outside of your store?
I mean, I think ideally we would either, we would like to get that to be a more productive aisle.
Right.
Somehow.
And do you notice that there's usually a lot of empty shelf space in those aisles with those?
No, I mean, we keep everything well stocked. I think more of the issue is that our product sits.
Right.
So
we're restocking every night.
So how's your turnover based on that? Probably not where you want it then. Right.
So, I mean, it's, I wouldn't say it's like terrible if you look at our pet product category. We're not like declining in any ways, but we're also not improving either.
Right.
And I think that, we only have so much space, and we want to be maximizing every bit that we can with products that are moving at a good pace, and that we can make money off of.
Right. So you're seeing that static rate, and you think that maybe could have some kind of impact with like the competition you're dealing with in the shopping center?
Possibly, yeah.
And so I know that in your distribution centers that you guys do have Purina One Smart Blend.
Correct.
Is there a specific reason why you don't want to bring it to your store specifically?
Well, so I think, we've always just kind of done it the way we are. Right now our biggest selling brand for us is Natural Balance. We also sell a pretty decent amount of Iams. Really it's kind of, what it boils down to is, I just don't really trust salespeople. I mean, I meet with you guys all day long, and I have people and wanting me to put their products on our shelves, and I've been burned way too many times to count. And so for us, when we look at it, we're working with and keeping kind of with vendors that we can count on and we can rely on, because last time I had a salesperson come in, and it was for a company I'd never heard of before, and she didn't do anything she promised to do, and then I'm the one who got blamed for the failure, right? If we can, if we have products that do a decent job, if they're not declining, and then we have vendors that are trustworthy. It's hard to sometimes think to make changes.
That's very true. I'm sorry to hear that for all those other vendors. So, if we could maybe offer you a different product that would engage the customers that are coming in looking for specifically for dog food and getting more foot traffic into those aisles, would that be maybe something that you'd definitely be interested in?
So I think it's not so much our customers don't come in looking for dog food. They
Right,
come
they
in to buy something else, and maybe the dog food is an afterthought. So really what I would want is something that helps drive my customers to that aisle to buy dog food versus it being the other way around.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So you're looking for more of a product that when your customers walk into the store and they know that you have those in those aisles, they're going to want to go there to those aisles and get that product.
Right.
And you mentioned that some of your top brands were, you only had like a few. Would it be better to have more?
We do carry several dog food brands and products. I think it's, at the moment, I don't think I could justify more space, so we would have to be figuring out what to remove.
Right, okay.
Right.
Or we would have to have a really good justification to take some space from the gerbils.
Right.
Do you ever have any customers come in looking for a period or one?
I don't know of anybody who's ever specifically asked for that. Generally, it doesn't start moving up until it happens a lot. But again, too, we don't have product experts on our aisles, right? We have 16-year-old kids working in our store who don't know what day it is.
Right.
Versus like the PetSmart, where you go in and you have those people who are more knowledgeable about the products they're selling. So I don't know that our employees would do that good of a job of relaying if somebody was asking.
Right. So, if I understand correctly, looking for more of a brand that's going to not have to, have your employees give them a whole background of the product. If you have their product in there, you want the customers to know exactly what they're buying and why they're buying it, correct?
Right, or have support from the vendor on providing that information.
Right. Well, I will tell you this, with Purina as a Smart Blend, 93% of our customers would recommend. As a matter of fact, 93% of them also recommend them to other store owners as well.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be something that maybe you'd be interested in, is having that kind of brand recognition in your store so that you could more get, people pushed into that area?
Possibly.
Awesome. Okay.
And do you think having these higher, well-known brands would help improve your store image? As like a quality provider of different products?
I think for the most part, Kroger has a pretty good image, right? Being a national chain, even though we're like an individual store, people generally think pretty highly of our store specifically. I know there's we don't have a nickname for our store like some of the others. No one's calling us Krogetto, right? So there's that, but I do think that the right products that have good turnover rates and good margins for us would help our store definitely.
And that's definitely something that's going to be a main concern for you as well. And that's definitely something that I believe that we excel the most in. Like I said, when people get Purina One Smart Blends, they know that our customers trust us in knowing that they're getting the number one top product. And not only that, we also offer multiple trials where if they don't see any satisfaction with their product, they can bring it back for a $3 exchange, which we have usually never had to do with our product. Would that be something that you would also be interested in having?
So if they're bringing it back, am I on are we?
Absolutely not. That comes straight back to Purina One.
Okay. How do you promote that?
We use it all through our social media platforms. We have our customers that can, give their reviews, good or bad, and they can also help other customers who aren't satisfied with their product, with their problem, how to solve the problem. Like I said though, which we usually rarely have. It's usually based on the ingredients or the type of product that we have. We have multiple different kinds. We have vegan, gluten-free, this and whatnot. So it could depend on that. But we usually always have the resources for our customers to talk about that and promote those ideas as well as for us.
If we were able to increase people coming to that aisle, and I know it's only 7% that you said, but if we were able to increase that would be beneficial to you.
Yeah, ideally I'd like to get that it to not be 7%.
Right.
Yeah. So that would, I think, driving more people to that aisle should increase that revenue percentage.
And you said your turnover rate on some of that wasn't, you know, too high too, so maybe that could help with that as well.
Right.
Okay, well, with that being said, with your permission, obviously, we would love to maybe come back at another time with, you know, a small amount of our product just to see how that moves off of your shelf space. And if we notice like some kind of, you know, drastic increase in those areas, would that be something maybe you'd want to do more further business with?
Well, I think let's pump the brakes here a bit. I know I've certainly heard of Purina. I know it's a well-respected name, but how do I know that I can trust what you're saying? I barely know you guys. I just met you today.
That's a very good question. Well, our main goal, especially with Purina One being the #1 brand that we are in our customers' eyes, we never come to sell our dog food. We come to sell the most healthy life for our animals, and our customers and our vendors absolutely know that, and that's 100% why our current vendors put us on those shelves.
Right, and since we are such a well-known product and all natural, 100% made in the U.S. and all these things, and our customers know this, and so they'll come to your store to get this well-known product, and with our standing behind, the brand standing behind it.
Right. I mean, I'm not worried about the brand. I'm worried about the two of you.
Right.
Salespeople will say whatever they want and get the order, and then don't.
Right, and that's why we'd like to set you up with a trial period. Get some of it right now, and we'll keep meeting with you constantly to see how it's going. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think we'll see on that.
And also, what my partner Jacob also said, not only will we do that trial period, we're not going to be those typical salesmen that, hey, take this, tell us how it goes, and we'll hook you up with somebody else if it goes wrong. We will be there 100% of the way. Every single time that you need more of our product or you have a complaint or a concern, you'll be dealing with us only. We will be coming to you and we'll be making sure that anything that comes in your way, any speed bumps, will get taken care of.
Right. So in our first meeting too, we'd like to help you just even order it from your distribution center, just to help you get it to your store. Just make sure there's no speed bumps or anything like that, like you said.
Okay. Have you ever tried feeding your dog natural balanced dog food? I just bought some for my dog.
I personally don't have any animals. My sister actually does have a German Shepherd, and she feeds them the adult. I can't remember specifically the flavored food, but she has not had any problems with that brand previously.
I don't know. It was pretty awful.
What was?
The natural balance. I don't know what that color that the dog food comes out is not natural.
I mean, we definitely don't have any say necessarily in how the food looks or is produced, but we can say that our customers definitely give us positive feedback with that brand.
I thought Natural Balance was a different brand. Does Purina produce Natural Balance?
We do have all natural, yes.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions for us that we
can answer? No.
Okay. So kind of just summing up a little bit of what we talked about, you said you kind of wanted to increase your turnover in your one aisle, get it past 7%, to kind of increase that, maybe get something to attract more people to that. Hopefully, the brand can do that as well, but maybe not just having the brand there and letting people know, but getting people's attention just to even go into the aisle. And hopefully, that will increase, obviously, sales of dog food as well, but hopefully will increase sales of just anything else pepper-wise.
Okay.
So if that's good, we'd like to set up another meeting, like we said, to just help you order your trial period and make sure nothing else goes wrong with that.
So we actually have a buying committee meeting in a couple of days, so what I can do is just share this information with them, and then we can go from there.
Absolutely. And again, if there's any other questions or concerns, you can reach us anytime possible.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much. I'm having a pleasure meeting with you.
A great day. Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thanks.